Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I'm Dr. Sudhanshu Joshi from Doon University, Dehradun. Today we are going to have talk on module Operation Management and its role in decision making under the paper Operations Management. After completing this module, you should be able to explain the role of decision supports and decision making in operation management. To understand strategic aspect of decision making in the operation management, also you will understand various techniques and tools including models, qualitative methods, analysis of trade-offs used by operation manager to make operation decisions. Let's go with the definition of operation management. Operation management is a branch of management science concerned with study of the factors involved in the successful management of organization's day-to-day operations. It seeks to develop and analyze the methods and techniques needed to design and implement system which will enable the efficiency and effectiveness of those operations to be improved. Operation management aims to manage processes engaged in production, distribution of product and services, and it includes set of activities including product creation, development of the product, production of the product or service, distribution, and reverse logistics.
The following figure illustrates how operation management works. We have input, transformation and output procedure to understand operation management. Input consists of land, labor, capital and technology. By and large, it covers all the factor of production. Second stage could be transformation or conversion process. Third stage is generation of goods and services as the outcome. During the transformation and conversion phase, controlling is essentially important. So control is managed by the operation manager, which is entirely based on the measurements and the feedback obtained from output as well as from the transformation process.
Let us understand the importance of operation management. Operations and sales are two line function in the business organization. All other functions including accounting, finance, marketing, IT, and so on support the two line functions. Among the service jobs that are closely related to operations are financial services, for example, stock markets, analytics, brokers, investment bankers, loan officials, marketing services including market analytics, marketing researchers, advertising managers, product managers, accounting services including corporate accountants, public accountants, budget analytics, and information services including corporate intelligence, library services, management information system design services. The three primary functions of business organization are finance, market, and operations. These functions provide different activities and many of their decisions impact the other areas of the organization. These functions have numerous interaction with the independently to each other and with each other also.
Finance and operation management personnel cooperate by exchanging information and expertise in such activities as the following. Budgeting. Budget means be periodically prepared to plan financial requirement. Budgets must sometimes be adjusted and performance relative to a budget must be evaluated. Economic analysis of investment proposals. Evaluation of alternative investments in plant and equipment requires inputs from both operations and financial people. Provision of funds. The necessary fundings of operations and the amount and the timing of funding can be important and even critical when funds are tight. Careful planning can help avoid cash flow problems. Design decisions in operation management. Design or strategic decision involves the following critical issues. First, what operational activities should be carried out by the nodal firm and what should be outsourced. Second, how to select entities, partners to perform outsourced operation activities, and what should be the nature of the relationship with those entities. Should the relationship be transactional in nature or should be in a long-term partnership? Third point, decision pertaining to the capacity and the location of the various production and operation facilities or plant facilities.
The decisions pertaining to location and capacity are for those facilities or planned locations that are owned by the nodal firm. In addition to the manufacturing locations and capacities, the firm has also to worry about locations and capacities for warehouses, also known as depots. Operational design decisions are made for the long term, usually for the couple of years, and are very expensive to alter at short notice.
Operations decision. Once the supply chain or operation design decisions are in place, the firm has to take decisions regarding the management of operations for shorter horizon. This involves tactical decisions which have horizons of about 3 months to a year, and operation decisions which usually have a horizon ranging from a day to a month. Both tactical and operational decisions involve the following areas: demand forecasting, procurement and planning and control, production planning and control, distribution planning and control, inventory management, transportation management, customer order processing, relationship management with partners. Location decision. As with the capacity planning, operation managers need to follow a 3-step procedure when making facility location decision. These steps are as follows. Step first, identifying dominant location factors. Identifying the location factors that are dominant for the business. This requires managerial judgment and knowledge. Step second, develop locational alternatives. Once identification of factors is done, operation managers can identify locational alternatives that satisfy the selected factors. Step third, evaluate location alternatives. After a set of location alternatives has been identified, managers evaluate them and make a final selection. This is not easy because one location may be preferred based on one set of factors, whereas another may be better based on second set of factors. Decision areas in operation management. The major decision areas in operation management are location decision, production decisions, distribution decision, and inventory decision.
Location decision. Location decision relates to the choice of locations for both production and distribution facilities. We have production decision now. Production and transportation cost and delivery lead time are very important. Production and distribution decision focused on what customer wants, when they want it, and how much it is needed. Outsourcing could be one of the consideration in the production decision. Now let us talk about the distribution decision. Distribution decisions are strongly influenced by transportation cost and delivery times. Because transportation cost often represents a significant portion of total cost, moreover, shipping alternatives are closely tied to production and inventory decision. For example, using air transportation mean high cost but faster delivery and few inventories in transit than sea, rail, or trucking options. We have another choice of decisions called inventory decisions. Quality control and workload balancing are also important considerations. Now, inventory decisions related to determining inventory needs, coordinating production and stocking decisions throughout the supply chain. Logistic managers plays the significant role in inventory decisions. Solutions like enterprise resource planning is becoming increasingly used to provide information sharing in the real time among organizations and their major supply chain partners.
Significance of decision making in operation management. The scope of operation management ranges across the organization. Operation management people are involved in product and service design, process selection, selection and management of technology, design of work systems, location planning, facility planning, and quality improvement of organization's product or services. The operation function includes many interrelated activities such as forecasting, capacity planning, scheduling, managing inventory, assuring quality, motivating employees, deciding where to locate facilities, and more. Under operation management, decision makers is considered as the process of selection of best course of action among alternatives, selection of best product, service, plant location, selection of vendors, suppliers, etc., and supports managerial functions such as planning, organizing, directing, and controlling through right decision making. The following figures shows the importance of operation managers. As mentioned in the hierarchy, we have Chief Executive Officer as the head of the institution or organization, followed by human resource managers, marketing managers, operation managers, financial managers, R&D managers. All are equal in terms of their position and in different capacities they have to work. If you go with the operation managers and his scope of work, people including production manager will report to operation manager, warehouse manager will report to production manager, maintenance manager will report to warehouse manager, and component inventory manager will report to maintenance manager. Whereas quality manager is responsible to report to component inventory managers. So we can have the whole set of hierarchy, a tree structure where operation manager plays a very significant role in the whole manufacturing or service setup.
Now let us explore the formation of decision making in operation management. Following set of activities are required to be examined while formalizing the decision making for operation management. First is pervasive function. Decision making is essential in each level of management. Top level management makes strategic decisions such as planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Whereas middle level management makes tactical decisions such as division of work, fixation of the authority and responsibilities, integration of efforts, etc. Whereas operating level managers make regular operating decisions such as preparation of schedule of daily works, division of works, delegation of authority, etc. Thus, decision making function is performed in all the levels of managers according to the needs. This is necessarily to bring uniformity and smoothness in the organization performance. Now, we have another component of the whole discussion that is called indispensable component. Decision making is known as indispensable part of management function. It is one of the essential processes for successful operation of business. It determines all management functions and covers every part of organization structure. Every manager from top level to the first line is involved in the decision making process according to the nature of the work. Now let us evaluate from the perspective of managerial function and operation management and how the decision takes place. Now decision making is a time consuming process and decision makers spend more time to select the alternatives. The quality of decisions serves as the yardstick for evaluating managerial performance. It provides a clear line of guidance to the management for achieving of defined objectives. The achievement of the managerial performance is evaluated and measured with the client performance.
Selection of best alternatives. Decision making is the process of selecting a best course of action from among many alternatives. The decision makers evaluates all the possible alternatives on the basis of organizational process and suitability. The selection of best course of action is significant to bring smoothness in operations and achieve organization goals. Establishment of plans and policies. The establishment of plans and policies is the initial part of decision making. Every organization is established for a defined objectives, and for this formation of plans and policies are necessary. Successful operations of business. Decision making is one of the most important tools for successful operations of the business. In course of operations, many problems may arise at different situations and times. Management solves these problems in time by using decision making tools. Cross-disciplinary importance of operation management. Operations also interact with other functional areas of the organization, including legal, management information systems, MIS, accounting, personal and human resource, and public relations. Various departments are interlinked and refer to the functionality of operation management, including legal departments, accounting, MIS, and human resource department. Legal department must be consulted or contracted with employees, customers, suppliers, transporters, as well as on liability and environmental issues. Whereas accounting supplies information to managers on cost of labors, materials, and overheads, and may provide reports on items such as scrap, downtime, and inventories. Whereas management information system is concerned with providing management with information it needs to effective management. Human Resource Department is concerned with the recruitment and training of personnel, labor relations, contract negotiation, wage and salary administration, assisting in manpower projections, ensuring the health and safety of employees. Whereas public relations have responsibility for building and maintaining a positive public image of the organization. Good public relations provide many potential benefits. An obvious one is a marketplace. Operation managers and decision making. Operation managers make a number of key decisions that affect the entire organization. These include the following: what resource will be needed and in what amount, when will each resource be needed, where should the work be scheduled, when should material and other supplies be ordered, when is correct action needed, where will be work be done, how will the product or service be designed, how will the work be done, organizational methods and equipments, how will resource be allocated, who will do the work. An operation manager's daily concern includes cost, quality, and schedule.
History of decision making in operation management. The factory movement was accompanied by the development of several quantitative techniques. F.W. Harris developed one of the first model in 1950. A mathematical model for inventory order size. In 1930s, three co-workers at Bell Telephone Laboratories, H.F. Doggle, H.G. Rowing, and W. Shewhart developed statistical procedures for sampling and quality control. In 1935, LSC Tippett conduct studies that provide the groundwork for statistical sampling theory. At first, these qualitative models were not widely used in the industry. However, onset of World War II changed everything. The war generated tremendous pressure on manufacturing output, and specialists from many disciplines combined efforts to achieve advancement in military and in manufacturing. After the war, efforts to develop and refine qualitative tools for decision making continued, resulting in decision models for forecasting, inventory management, production management through project management techniques, and other areas of operation management took place. During 1960s and 70s, management science techniques were highly regarded. In 1980s, they lost some favor. However, widespread use of personal computers and user-friendly softwares in the workplace contribute to a resurgence in the popularity of these techniques.
There are various approaches towards decision making in operation management. The first approach could be model. A model is an abstraction of reality, a simplified representation of something. For example, a child's toy car is a model of a real-time automobile. Types of models could be physical model, look into like real life counterparts, example including miniature cars, trucks, airplanes, toy animals and trains, and scale model buildings. Semantic models are most abstract than their physical counterparts, that is, they have less resemblance to the physical reality, examples including graphs and charts, blueprints, pictures and drawings. Mathematical models are the most abstract. They do not look at all like their real life counterparts, example including number, formulas and symbols. Benefits of using model. They are generally easy to use and less expensive than dealing directly with the actual situation. They require users to organize and sometimes quantify information, and in the process often indicates areas where additional information is needed. They increase understanding of the problem and also enable managers to analyze what-if questions.
Let us talk about the qualitative approach in operation management and how decision making is taking place through them. Another approach for decision making could be qualitative approach for problem solving. Theoretically, qualitative approach is an attempt to obtain mathematical optimal solution to the managerial problem. Various techniques coming under qualitative approaches could be linear programming as first technique. Under linear programming and related mathematical techniques, which are widely used for optimal allocation of scarce resources. Queuing technique is one of the technique. Queuing techniques are useful for analyzing situations in which waiting line time forms. Inventory models are widely used to control the inventories. One technique could be project models. Project models such as PERT, Program Evaluation and Review Techniques, or CPM, Critical Path Method, is useful for planning, coordination, controlling large-scale projects. We have another technique called forecasting techniques. Forecasting techniques are widely used in planning and scheduling through different methods like two-point moving method, trend analysis, and etc. We have performance metrics as one of the technique. All managers use matrices to manage control operations. There are many matrices in use, including those related to profits, cost, quality, productivity, flexibility, assets, inventory, schedules, and forecast accuracy. Another techniques which is very popular among the operational managers is analyzing of the trade-off. Operation managers often encounter operational decisions that exhibit trade-off situation. For example, inventory turnover decision. That is what? Amount of inventory into stock. The decision maker must take into account the trade-off between the increased level of customer services that the additional inventory will yield and the increased cost required to stock that inventory. Now, the decision makers sometimes deal with these decisions by listing the advantages and disadvantages, the pros and the cons of a course of action to better understand the consequences of the decisions they must make. In some instances, decision makers add weight to the items on their list that reflects the relative importance of various factors. This can help them net out the potential impact of trade-offs on their decisions. One approach is degree of customization. In the era of consumerism, profitability of the business or business firms is based on the degree of customization of the product or services offered to its clients or customers. Decisions related to customized or customization requires understanding of the new market trends, customer outlook about the service or the product, flexibility in terms of production techniques, high skilled process developers and workers. The degree of the degree of customization has important implication for process selection and job requirement. The impact goes beyond operations and supply chain as it is affected by marketing, sales, accounts, financials, and information systems.
Changing paradigm in operation decision making. Advances in information technology and global competition have had a major influence on operation management. While the internet offers great potential for business organizations, the potential as well as the risk must be clearly understood in order to determine if and how to exploit this potential. In many cases, internet has altered the way companies compete in the marketplace. Electronic business or e-business involves the use of internet to transact business. E-business is changing the way organizations interact with their customers and their suppliers.
So students, let's now summarize what we have learned in this module. We learned about the operation function in the business organization as responsible for production of goods and services. It is a core function of every business. Supply chains are sequential systems of suppliers and customers that bring with the basic source of inputs and ends with the customers' needs of the system. Operations and supply chains are independent. One couldn't exist without each other, and no business organization could exist without both. Operation managers involves system design and operating decisions related to products and service design, capacity planning, process selection, location selection, work management, inventory and supply chain, production planning, quality assurance, schedule and project management. We also gone through the historical evolution of operation management, which provide interesting background information on continuing evolution of this core business function, operational tools, and lot many of other discussion has been discussed through small cases. Thank you.